I just did a great full interview with the Fomo factory. So this guy have his own project, what's called W3W, and in their balance sheet for the token they have over $1 million. Watch the video to the end because they have their token. It's unique what they doing and how they can perform and give you a passive income just by staking their token. It's incredible smart. Watch the interview to the end. If you have any question, leave them down under the video. Enjoy the full video. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have Fomo Factory here today, and this is amazing guy. It's a YouTuber, a very huge YouTuber right here. Have over 35,000 subscribers. His videos are amazing, have so much details in every single video. Some of them are very long for me, over like 30 minutes. Usually I'm watching at like 1.5 speed to catch him up. And also this guy have a project what's called W3W, okay, or Web3W. Now, so in the nutshell, he will explain you more in details, but in the nutshell, I just catch their new announcement. So what's happened is they have the token, they raise money, and they use this money for the last 12 months, even more, to go into IDOs, pre-sale tokens, and they build up the portfolio. And that is so freaking smart. And you can see right here, they have over 1 million total in assets. Okay, the token itself, the people stake like myself, they're 75% total of the total supply is stake. Okay, why? Because you're getting money, which means they already giving from the profits over 133,000, and the bull run is not even started completely. All right, so Fomo Factory or Money, where people know you, tell me in the nutshell who you are, what is this project about right here, and everything you want to crack on and just talk.
You said it very well, man. Nice intro. I couldn't have done it better myself, actually. But yeah, indeed. Like, okay, so very quickly, I started my investments in crypto in 2013. 2017, I went through a full cycle, got completely wrecked. 2021, I really started to understand it all. And now in this cycle, I just feel like, man, everything I learned, I want to share that with the community. And what I noticed, one thing when it comes to Web3W, I made a lot of money myself using Launchpads by participating in IDOs, ICOs, just pre-sales, because crypto, it's very simple. It doesn't matter if you buy something that's bad or good, as long as you are early, right? If you buy something that's very great, but you buy it too late, then what's the point anyway? So therefore, I liked Launchpads and pre-sales so much, but not everybody can invest in them, since if you live in the United States, it's restricted, or another country, or if you feel like, man, it's too much for me, I have to register and participate and then sell. So what I did is we founded this project, Web3W. It first was called What Do You Mean, but we rebranded as it has nothing to do with meme coins. And we had a buy tax, which we don't anymore, and a sell tax. And that way, if people bought our coin, we collectively raised money to put it into our Launchpad wallet. It's what we call it. And with that wallet, we stepped into tokens like CDFI, happened to be at the exact bottom, by the way. It's great. At ChainGPT, we have a Neo Tokyo, Citizen One NFT. We have all kind of Launchpad tokens. And we participate in these pre-sales. So what we basically do is that if a new project comes out on ChainGPT, we can maybe allocate $3,000. Sometimes we can allocate $10,000 or $30,000. We did some seed sales as well, like with Portal. But then we invest $3,000. We take that from the collective pot. We put it into a new IDO, we make it more, and we put it back into our project. And the community can decide what we do with it. So the people that stake the Web3W token, they can claim the share of the profits that we make. But we also use that profit to buy back and burn our own token. And like you said, the bull run hasn't even started yet, and we already are doing quite well. Especially considering that indeed we have more than $1 million in assets, which still has 2 TGE. So it could be maybe even a 10x in this bull market. Yeah, and then we have $10 million, which we're going to divide over a relative small community with a $2 million market cap coin. Yeah, I'm bullish on it. Like, it's just the IDO market has to pop off, and that happens in bull markets. And I'm convinced that there's going to be a bull market, so I don't see any failure coming with this.
Listen, so my question is, how did you come with this idea? Because first, I know you mentioned to me, one of my admin, he's followed you like for a very long time, and he said, dude, you must watch this guy. He's coming with the tokens and all this stuff. And I did catch up with you on and off after like 2 years ago for some ROI crazy dubs over there. Like it was like 2.5 years ago. And then you always respond to me, so that was cool. And my channel was very small back then. And so how did you come with this idea? I know you always invest in IDOs. You always mention tokens, IDOs. And I say, how the heck I can get into IDOs? Like, I don't have the money, like to be in the tier 1, tier 2. I don't want to be in the tier 10. It's like, it doesn't make sense to get to put $1,000 to get allocation for $20. It just doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
And then your idea is like click. I say, wow. So this guy is going to scam us all, or he's going to make us a lot of money. So how did you come with this idea?
Yeah, and look, this is my full-time job. We spoke off cam about the fact that I have 2 kids to provide for, so no, there's no scamming going on. I want this to be sustainable. No, but the idea is very simple. Like I said, I done this myself for a long time, participating in IDOs, and I was talking about it to my community. And at a certain point, I was just thinking like, what if we can kind of do this together? Because not everybody can afford a tier 8 CeDeFi tier, right? Like you have to have a lot of money in these Launchpads to make sure that you can invest a lot of money. But it goes into these steps, basically. So if somebody puts in $500 and somebody else puts in $500, then that $1,000 together is worth more than twice that $500 individually, if you know what I mean. So therefore I figured like, let's just do it all together. Let's put it on a token. The token is basically the heart of this whole idea, and that's where the rewards come back to. And this way everybody gets a chance. And again, if you live in the United States or whatsoever, you can just stake Web3 whales. You don't have to do anything. And the 9th of every month, we distribute the profits that we make. So people can just basically just stake, sit back, relax, and we do the work, basically. So it's just really putting the community power together right now. And again, the best things are still coming, in my opinion. So yeah, it's going to be a great time, and I can get into a lot of details, but I would say just check out our Telegram and you find the information there. It's, I think we have a good year coming for sure.
Yeah, I do agree. Let me ask you something. So, okay, so I'm going to open now the project W3W. Yeah. I hate this sometimes. There we go. Okay, so the price right now for everybody who are interested, it's pretty much not all-time low. It was like 1 cent all-time low, but it's have his spike right there in March when everything skyrocket. And I say, oh no, I didn't sold. But I'm holding all my tokens because I bought like in pre-sale. I went into the pre-sale and all the stuff. I think it was pre-sale or something. I was like very bottom, and I'm still profit now. And I'm just holding. I stayed mine. And the other day I don't have a lot. And the other day I went and I say, oh, I have to claim like $60-70. Oh, thank you. I'll take it. And then when I see you only shared like not even 10% from the profits, and you have still, like you say, over $1 million. And if that 1 million become maybe 2, 3, 4 million, so we talk about that might $50-60 will be like maybe over $1,000 giveaway, or just for holding the tokens. So if anybody asking, by the way, this is on I will leave the link down in the description, so you can go and check on CoinGecko. It's Web3 Wells, okay? And you can only buy at the moment on PancakeSwap. Is there any exchange coming, any new dexes? This is on Binance Chain, by the way, people.
We talked about this with the community, and we have money to do things. But what I just noticed is, for example, Maxi will cost you around $120,000. I, for now, don't see much upside of spending more than 100K on a tier 4 exchange. I'd rather use that money to actually invest. Now, the market is still relatively low compared to what I expect, to make way more out of that, or to do some marketing at a certain point or whatsoever. So at this stage of the market, it all sounds great, like CEXs, this and that. Eventually, if you want to participate in the ecosystem that we have built, you have to have the tokens on chain in the first place anyway. So for now, there's no need, and it's really throwing money away. In the past, as a YouTuber myself, I've worked with a lot of projects, and I have seen them fail or succeed, and I have seen exactly why. And one of the reasons is just throwing precious money away to the wrong things, to the wrong kind of promo, the wrong kind of listings. And I feel like at this stage of the market, I'm putting that money where I'm personally also putting my money. And I did very well for myself. So I'm doing the same for Web3 Whales for now. And that's the best approach.
Listen, over $100,000 for a listing. That is crazy how much these exchanges are charging. And that is very sad, to be honest. Like we talk about just a small project, 2 million market cap. By the way, 2 million market cap. If you use that money to pay like 100 YouTubers, just imagine the impact.
Well, it's not that like we can take that to 1 million. Of course, that belongs to the investors. But no, and we're waiting for the right time as well. I mean, people were asking for marketing like a year ago, but I looked at the market and I said, like, guys, retail isn't here. Who are we going to market to? Right. So I'm very cautious with what we do with our money. And now at the beginning of 2025 is the perfect time. I cannot like put it anything else than that. So it's go time, man.
All right, I have a question for my admin. He's a big fan of you. He says, ask him, most of the big returns from Launchpad will be Q4. This is from Seed World. I guess, let me see. What do you think about Seed World? And then he says that the biggest return will be from the Launchpads will be Q4 of post-halving year. What do you think about that?
Well, Seed World, I'm an ambassador for Seed World and I love what they're building. And we invested with Web3 Whales in Seed World as well. These things are the things that the metaverse gaming is what everybody says like, oh, it's dead. And that is like, in the past, that's always been the perfect buying opportunity because it isn't. And when it comes to returns in Q4, I think kind of the same. Like that's what happened last cycle, peak bull. Some of these Launchpad IDOs did like over 600x's on TGE. And it's not that you can get a complete 600x out of it. You have a certain amount of vesting on TGE and then you have a cliff and etc. But still, I think that if we are able to invest 5 up to 10K per project and we get a couple of those bangers end of the post-halving year, like then Web3 Whales could be that kind of project actually where we grind up in 2025 together with the rest of the market, but have that final big bang explosion when everybody thinks it's over. That's my personal expectation as an investor, but as a founder, I cannot make any predictions or anything, but you can do the math, like how much we invested, how much is potentially the returns are going to be, and what impact that is going to have once we buy back and burn our own token or whatever. So I'm an investor myself, and this is not dumpable for me.
I do agree. So my other question was exactly there. So by the way, if anybody watching here, I'm on the website. So this is web3whales.app. I'm going to leave the link down. So when you get it, go to staking, and then just to confirm, you must stake the token if you want to earn from the giveaways, from the rewards. And you can stake the token in, I think it was 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, something like that, correct?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And if you are, so one of my, by the way, let me ask you something. One of my stake is expiring in February, in a month time. Mm-hmm. Do I still going to earn something or do I need to restake?
You need to restake, yeah. Otherwise, you can just unstake it whenever you want, and then it's not staking anymore, basically. So we're not going to offer people like 5-year staking or whatsoever. We want people to be able to also just sell this in a bear market. I will never say like, you have to sell everything in a bear market, but not our token. I expect some good, insane passive incomes during the bear market for our community. But if you want to sell it, then just choose a short stake period. But you do have to stake it, yeah.
Okay. And my other question is, so basically every month you spreading money to on the 9, you say. So if it depends, of course, how much you hold the tokens. That's how much you get the percentage. It's all split evenly. So so 2 questions. Who is deciding when to take profits from the project you have? And by the way, everybody, I have a list right here from so they put in their Telegram, in their Telegram, they put this list right here. You can go and see how much money they own. You can track the wallet right here. Everything is transparent, like right here. But and also nothing here is financial advice. So the question is, who is deciding when to sell? And the second question is about buyback and burn. So that is very interesting. So how often you do that? How much of the you planning to do? Like how much money? Is it a percentage? Who is deciding that also?
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So we invest in these projects. And then it just depends. It's also a feeling, right? Like I'm pressing the buttons and there's somebody else from the team here in my office as well in case that I die or whatsoever, right? That's also sometimes a question that I get, understandable. But overall, I just look at a project. Let's say we invested $5,000. The project comes out and it does a 10x with a 25% TGE, right? That means you have a 2x on TGE, right, with your initial back already. That's for me already a point where I say like, okay, sell, because the most important thing for us is, of course, to not be in a loss. Therefore, we mostly use Launchpads because they have refund policies, of course. But it's just a matter like, you kind of automatically DCA out, right? If you participate in a public sale or a seed sale whatsoever, you get your tokens vested monthly or daily or whatever. So you automatically DCA out. So we sell the high, we sell the mid, we sell the low. It doesn't matter. We just get out like that. So the most important thing for us is just to get our initial back on TGE. And if we're not close to that, then we refund. And if we are close to that, then that's just a passive income, and that adds up basically. Your second question about the buyback and burn, what was your question?
Often you do buybacks. What's your plan for that?
Okay. Yeah. So if you go to our D app, then you can find a page that says documentation. And in the documentation, you can on the left side click coins. That's most of what we invested in. So these are all the coins that we invested in. So what we basically do is every month before the 9th, we just go through this whole list like, hey, how much have we invested in each one of these coins? And is it in profit? Is it already distributed or not? So we can see like, hey, are we in profit this month? And if we are in profit that month, let's say we have a month where we have $50,000 profits. Then we just go into the Telegram or the DAO on the D app where people can vote. And then we can just say like, hey guys, we have 50K in profits. How do we want to distribute it? And then we can let people vote that much percent to the stakers, that much percent in USDC, by the way, in stables, that much percent to stakers in Web3 Whales tokens, that much percent to reinvest, because we still need money to reinvest in these projects as well. And do we use a certain amount of percent to buy back and burn our token? And let's say people say 50% buyback and burn, then we use in that case $25,000 to buy back Web3 Whales token from the open market and burn it. So like that, it's super deflationary. People that stake can get their share. We keep on reinvesting. So it depends. It's what the people vote for, basically. And our community, we all share the same mindset. So I think we have a community that really understands this project.
Okay, that is fair point. Let me ask you one of the pretty much last question. Right here, also, if anybody again want to see their project, also you can go to the website, go here to the documentation, go to the coins on the left side, and you will see all this project where they invested. So this green tick, is that mean you are in profit, correct?
No, the green tick is not necessarily that we're in profit, but that vesting is completely over. So that we have all our coins sold already.
So I can see here you invest in this token, Carlo, 470, return TGE 4,690. That's like 12x. Like a profit,
yeah,
that's like good 9-10x. Wow.
Small allocation, unfortunately, but good return. But we, for example, have Portal. We invested 30K in there in the seed round, and it's still up with 8x or something, right? So we get now like $400 every day from Portal. And we have like 120 projects over here. So at a certain, most of them haven't even TGE'd yet, right? So as an outsider who's not in the community, you can just look at this and kind of calculate like, wow, okay, if these projects release, then that's how much money is coming into Web3 Whales. So then buying the Web3 Whale token is worth it or very worth it or not worth it. It's always worth it in my opinion, but you can calculate if you want to do that. Yeah.
Okay, great. Probably we can talk till tomorrow, but I don't want to keep you too long. And let me ask you, like, my last question, and I'll be done. Probably we can do a catch up in a couple of months' time, because we're going to have a lot of these tokens out, to be honest, and there'll be a lot of profits to share. I can feel that. Now, my question is, what is your prediction for Bitcoin for this bull market? I know you're very good with prediction. I know like a few months back when everybody were hype, you were like not hype, like the opposite. And everybody say on your comments, I was reading your comments, say you're crazy. Like what you say, and after 3-4 months, like done. So what is your price prediction for this bull market for Bitcoin? Do you think will never end? Or will just go up, or like, what's your opinion?
Yeah, look, I'm very much about the cycles, and every time I use news or narratives, I got wrecked. And when I started to ignore that and started to trade the cycle, I made money. So I'm gonna keep on doing that until that stops. I'm not gonna stop that before that stops. So in that case, I would say end of like Q4 2025. I see a lot of people say April. It's not cyclical. Like let it first be proven that that's indeed how it works. So I would say Q4. Yeah, and I find price predictions really hard, but I think that Bitcoin can go well over 200K. I see a lot of people also say 120. Like, it doesn't make sense to me, man. I think that most people are not bullish enough, but maybe I've been to a couple bull runs already that proved to me, like, dude, in the bull run, it is just getting ridiculous. That's just crypto. So I expect well over 200K actually. You're still mute, by the way.
That is a fair prediction. I hope you're right, to be honest, because when you see, I'm very little bit more pessimistic. I think around 140, 150, and then maybe we can have some consolidation. Overall, of course, if you put one Bitcoin now, if you buy in 10 years, it will be 1 million, you know, except these quattro computers, wherever it's come up, quantum physics, wherever it's killed at. What I hope not. But if you see just how bullish is, like, with all the, after Trump coming, all these countries coming and start buying into national reserve, you know, it's like crazy. You know, everybody talking. I was just listening a few podcasts in the last couple of days. We talk about UAE, like Switzerland now, they're doing a vote, like America, like except I'm here in UK, so we are like way behind now. We're going backwards, like.
Ah, man, I mean, you might have well haven't left Europe. We suck at that as well. Like, now America is like really innovative in Europe and everything is like scared and etc. But that will come. It's crazy indeed. Like all the talks that are now going on. Who would have thought this? Like 5 years ago, president talking about it and reserves and countries and nah, man. Like indeed, whatever happens this cycle, that million will be hit one day. So who cares, right?
Yeah, I think the overall for me, my goal is to load up more blue chip tokens, you know, like Bitcoin and few blue chip, just leave that, because I have so many shit coins in my portfolio. What I need to like you know, if you're here from the last bull market, you got a lot of shit coins left in your portfolio.
And you need to use shit coins in the post halving year to make more Bitcoin. And then don't look at altcoins for 3 years. It's just it's always the same thing again. But at the end of the day, there's not an altcoin I can now hold for 10 years with my eyes closed. Bitcoin I can. But 2025 is the alt season year. So at least the post-halving year is the alt season year. So let's not focus on Bitcoin too much this year.
Yes, I do agree. Again, thank you so much for your time. Everybody, please make sure you subscribe to his channel. Make sure if you have any question, follow them and check them in their social media. Admin will never, ever send you any DMs. Make sure you know, just stay safe from scammers. They're everywhere now. And again, thank you so much. God bless. And I will see you guys in the next one. Okay. And